Hey everybody, this is First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Brad Pam. Just a quick weather update for what's going on across the Carolinas. We've got quite a bit of heavy rain, a lot of lightning, but other than that, we don't have any wind. We haven't had barely any hail. The only hail reports I've got have been pea-size, and the good news, no tornadic weather and really no shear. What you're looking at right now is First Warn Doppler radar. You can see on the right, we've got a pretty good cluster of thunder showers. I wouldn't really call them thunderstorms because a lot of this is elevated. These aren't surface-based thunderstorms like you would get in the spring or summer. This is something we call elevated convection or elevated thunderstorms. At the surface, it's stable, but you go up about 1,000 feet and above, it's unstable. And because these storms are forming above us, we call elevated convection. So you're still getting thunder and lightning, even though the surface temperatures are pretty cold. On the left is the velocity data. You don't see any winds at all in this area. In fact, if we look at the picture a little bit wider, with the temperatures thrown on here, it is 41 degrees in Charlotte, but it's in the 30s across areas to the north. As you go down into South Carolina, that's when you start to see the warmer temperatures where it's in the 60s, and that's where we, in fact, right now have some severe weather. Down near Columbia, severe thunderstorm warning currently in effect, and then a tornado warning just south of Augusta. The atmosphere down here is much more unstable. In fact, temperatures are in the 60s, but the dew points are in the mid to upper 50s in a few spots down in southern Georgia and the Georgia coast. The dew points are in the 60s. You come up to Charlotte, the dew point's 39 degrees. You just do not get severe weather with dew points in the 30s. It's very, very difficult. Now, it doesn't mean that the thunderstorms aren't producing some very dangerous lightning. There is active cloud-to-ground lightning, and a lot of these lightning strikes have been positively charged. About 95 to 98% of all lightning bolts are negatively charged. They're dangerous in and of themselves, but positive strikes tend to be even stronger. They're about 10 times stronger than a negative strike, and they last about 10 times longer. So imagine a lightning bolt that is 10 times more powerful and lasts maybe 10 more nanoseconds than a regular lightning bolt. So these tend to produce a lot of power flashes. They tend to cause house fires. They tend to cause forest fires. And when they hit transformers, they tend to do a lot of damage, and they induce a lot of electrical current. So that's why you're seeing a lot of power outages and flickering, because these cloud-to-ground strikes are pretty potent. I'm going to loop this a couple times to give you an idea of how this stuff's moving. You can see on the left there the visible data, or the velocity data. I'm going to switch both of them over, and you can see kind of a wiggle there. You can kind of actually see the leading edge of those storms. Not much wind in there. Most of the winds in there are about 25 to 30 miles an hour. The good news is a lot of this will be moving out pretty quickly, and by later tonight, we're going to get into this air mass back to the north and west, which is actually a lot drier back in here and a lot less active weather. So good news is the storms are moving through right now. The thunder and lightning is going to continue for about another hour and a half in the Charlotte area. Then it's going to move over towards Albemarle, Monroe, and down towards Pageland, Lancaster, Ansonville, and out towards Wadesboro. I'll try to do another update about 10:30 or so, and of course we'll wrap everything up and talk about the big cool down. That's the next big weather story coming up tonight at 11. See you then.